Good evening, you're watching Left, Right and Centre on a day when the BJP continues to implode as it faces a rebellion from the top leadership. Is the BJP self-destructing and is it advantage UPA? The BJP today issued a show-cause notice to Jethmalani, giving him 10 days to explain why he should not be expelled from the party. Mr. Jethmalani was suspended yesterday after he attacked the BJP for opposing the new CBI chief's appointment. Earlier, of course, he had gone very public with his demand for Nitin Gadkari's resignation over corruption allegations against him. The party could also be getting ready to act against other rebel leaders like Sinha and Yashwant Sinha, but they haven't done so just yet. Our first question tonight on the BJP's internal wars: is the BJP, the country's largest opposition party, self-destructing? That's the question that we're asking tonight. We've got three veteran commentators with us. We have Ashok Malik and Vinod Sharma. Also with us, Mr. KG Suresh, who's reported extensively on the BJP's affairs. We'll be joined by Yatin Oza, BJP leader from Gujarat, and Abhishek Singhvi, the Congress's spokesperson. Let me ask Ashok Malik first. What's happening here? Give us the big picture. What is going on?
Two, three things. A, Mr. Jethmalani is an unpredictable character at the best of times. His relationship with the BJP or any party he has been in, to be fair, has been very tenuous. His departure from the BJP or from any party was expected sooner or later, so this is just an excuse. Second, if Mr. Gadkari's, the charges against him have certainly embarrassed the BJP. And the inability of the party to decide on what to do with him is certainly costing the party. Some people are raising very valid points. Some people are raising them in a manner which perhaps the party doesn't like, but the points they are raising to some degree are valid. I think this will continue till there is clarity on Mr. Gadkari's second term, which now looks increasingly difficult. Mr.
Suresh, you know, as Ashok Malik said, Jethmalani is not a politically significant figure, but he can be a difficult or a tough enemy to have. Now, they've acted against him. Many widely expected that maybe they would act against Sinha today and then issue a warning to Yashwant Sinha, but that didn't happen. Are we expecting there to be action against them?
If they continue to create problems, in the sense that Mr. Gadkari has always been unpredictable. This is not the first time. He has been embarrassing the party since a long time. Mr. Jethmalani. He has contested against Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He defended those people against whom the party has always taken up cudgels. Whether it is, he even embarrassed the party when he took up the case of Indira Gandhi's assassins. So this is not the first time that I sometimes wonder why the party is, repeatedly taking him back. He even opposed Mr. Vajpayee in Lucknow constituency, and not only that, he went as an independent candidate in the parliament, and there he continued to attack the party on several issues. So I think that the party has sent a stern message, and maybe if the others don't fall in line, maybe they will also face the same fate.
And then why is it tougher, Vinod Sharma, to act against a Yashwant Sinha and a Shatrughan Sinha? It is tougher, isn't it? Because they are your vote catchers.
No, I wonder how much of vote catchers are they. My personal opinion about all three, and I have them great personal regard in terms of their cerebral endowments are concerned. Mr. Yashwant Sinha is a very fine administrator, has been an IAS officer, was finance minister and external affairs minister in the NDA government. Mr. Jethmalani is the foremost advocate in this country. He is a great mind. I think that the BJP is lost not as much in terms of mass base as in the perceptional battle that it was having with the Congress. And if congressmen by any stretch of imagination are rejoicing, I don't think it's a reason to rejoice, because you see, both these parties today are in a war of attrition, and which is weakening both of them. And this is the third party, which is the civil society, and now they are translating themselves into a political party, who are going to finally be the beneficiaries if they have the lasting power in the political arena.
So you see an amount of self-destruction in both the Congress and BJP?
You see, there is self-destruction, and self-destruction in terms of popular perception. And they have to correct, they have to carry out a major image makeover, and that is not merely by chucking out people, but I think formulating policy that is convincing and credible, acting against people who are under a cloud without losing time. And in this case, in Mr. Gadkari's case, I'm sorry, I don't think anybody within the BJP will be taking a call. The call will be taken elsewhere. That is the RSS
in Nagpur. Which then brings me to the next question. That is this a proxy war that's being played out, Ashok Malik, between the RSS and Mr. Modi? Because Ram Jethmalani was widely being seen as a front for Mr. Modi in some of the things that he was doing and saying. So is this an RSS message to Narendra Modi today?
I don't think that perception is correct, because if you look at all the players involved, Mr. Shatrughan Sinha, Yashwant Sinha, Jethmalani Singh at one point, Jethmalani, they all seem to be close to Mr. Advani. And
yes.
this long-standing Advani versus RSS battle, which goes back to 2005, which is now into its sort of episode 30, has been continuing for quite some time. I think this is also a factional war within, as you correctly said, within the BJP, between the Gadkari Sangh faction and between the Advani faction, to sort of size up each other and seize territory, as it were, before the results of the Gujarat election, because they do expect some sort of things to change after that.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.